Hey, it's Joshua Preu here with Lisa Williams A-Team, the A-Team Nevada. Of course, we're Berkshire Hathaway here in Carson City, and I'm here to give you another cool home tour. This home is located in a 55 plus community. In fact, it's really the only 55 plus community here in Carson City. And so pretty kind of special. And they're all single family homes. This is not manufactured homes, mostly single families. And then there's some duplexes as well. They all have garages. One of the cool features about these properties is that they're on smaller lots. So as you're getting older and you don't want to take care of that much yard anymore, these locations can be really good. There's also some amenities here at the complex, some pretty cool stuff actually. They have a pool area. Now that's located indoors. And it's really more of like a lap pool. So you're not going to be just hanging out swimming or bringing the grandchildren over so much. It's kind of more of just like an activity pool where maybe one or two people at a time can use it. But it is long, so if you want to do laps, it works out well. They have a putting green here. They have a fitness center. And they have a really cool community center. So you have pool table and ping pong, of course, but they do like weekly dinners and community events. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes on. Also, for a small fee, I think I learned recently that it's just $25 a month. You can park your RV here. They have a great RV parking space. There's a park area where they have picnic tables and barbecues, and they even have a little dog run, community dog run. So if you want to take your dog out to get a little bit of exercise and use the potty out there. So some pretty cool amenities kind of located right here inside Carson City. Right off of Fairview Boulevard. So if you're familiar, kind of right in central town, super close, like less than 5 minutes drive to get to grocery shopping. If you wanted to get to like Home Depot or Walmart or Costco, it's about 10 minutes away. Downtown is literally like 1 minute drive. So not far at all from the downtown area, maybe a little bit too far to walk. Right up the street here, we have Lowe's too. So for home improvement stuff, you got some options right there. And then everything else, right? You got clothes shopping and everything else you need. So I'm going to take you on a tour of this property. Now it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's 1,450 square feet. We've listed at $429,000. And yeah, we want to show you around. All right, now we're out front of the house. And you can see these are all really nice houses. I'll kind of show you the neighborhood a little bit here. They all have a stucco design and some mountain views down the street there, which is really nice. A lot of people out doing work in their front yards, but they don't really need to because this community handles all your exterior yard maintenance on the front. So as you can see, it's very well maintained. And the whole neighborhood is very uniform and looks really nice. So of course you get 2 cars can park in the driveway. You do have to park on the driveway in here. And then of course you have 2 parking spots in the garage as well. So plenty of parking. If you have guest needs, there's plenty of available parking on this house, just right down the street here to the left. There's parking there. And then on the other side over this way, a little bit further away, but down at that stop sign there, you can park as well. So guest parking is not an issue either. And I'm going to go ahead and take you up the front walk here. Now, this house has not been well maintained at all in the yard. And, unfortunately, the seller here moved in with her son and hasn't been able to take care of the house herself. And so that's why we see a lot of weeds in here. And it's just not been maintained well. Could be a really nice yard. As you can see, the neighbors right over here, this is their house. So this is the front yard of this property here. But it definitely needs a little bit of work. And it's probably the biggest, I would say, negative about this house is that, some yard work is going to be needed just to get it kind of nice and looking good again. I don't think it would take that much, some weeding, some trimming, and some more tan bark. And that's about it. But it definitely needs it. So as we walk over to the front door here, you can see there's access around to the back side of the house as well, which I'll show you in a moment. Obviously, all the yard, which is small, needs a little bit of work. So And then here we are, we're at the front door, and we'll go ahead and walk outside, but a little private entrance here. One of the things I've noticed already, though, is that the listing price definitely is reflective. This house does need a little bit of work inside. It's certainly not terrible at all, but definitely needs to have a little bit of updating and some love put into it. So, all right, so now we're in the entry foyer area. And as we walk in, you can kind of see the living room off over here to the side, but I'm going to show you everywhere inside this house just so you can see what's going on. But right here in the entryway is a closet for some of your stuff. You could make this into a coat closet, extra linen, storage, whatever you want to do. All right, now as we enter the living room, one of the first things you're going to notice is this weird kind of setup for a TV mount. And, the owner of this property bought it in 2009, I believe. And so things probably were a little bit different maybe in 2015 or something as people started adding flat screens to their homes. But they went with this design with the little shelving unit and then the TV wall mount there. So if it was me personally, I would probably take all this down and have a nice mount on the wall. But you certainly could use it this way as well. Easily 55, 60-inch TV could fit in this space. One of the things that you should be noticing is these floors, and I'm going to show you throughout. These are newer. The seller had them put in just a few years ago. They've been very well taken care of. This redwood look, but these are all wood floors, and they are very nice. So as we walk in here, I'll show you that you do have a gas fireplace. This is a nice little feature here, and that's just located or operated with the switch over here on the wall. So lots of windows, lots of natural light. The walls behind the house, as you can see, maybe out this window a little bit better, are pretty tall. They're probably like 8 feet tall. And then this house had all this vine growing up out of it. So you get a lot of privacy in the backyard here. So I'll kind of show you. It is a small living room. Not too much space in here, so a small couch and a chair probably. It is a very small space in here, but for a couple or a single person, it would work out just fine. And as you can see, the kitchen is just over there. This right in this area here would be your dining table. Also a pretty small space, so you're just not going to have that much room. Now I want to tell you about the blinds. They're really, really cool. They had these electronic blinds installed, and I'm holding the microphone or the remote control here, but you just press the button and lowers the blinds. Really cool stuff, makes it really, really easy. And then if you wanted to switch to the next blind, then you can go to that one and go ahead and lower that one and go ahead and lower that one. So pretty cool setup for the blinds, but I will tell you it's kind of annoying because when I got here today, this one I can't get up and down. So I actually have it plugged in, and it has a charging station that you plug this little magnet in right up top there, but it needs about a half an hour, 45 minutes to charge before I can use it. So that's why that blind's down. So backing up again, here is the kitchen. Plenty of workspace in here. Now this is older Formica countertops. Again, built in 2003. It was kind of the basics. So you got regular Formica. One good thing is all the cabinets in this house have been very well taken care of. So there's definitely not a lot of remodel work to do. But if you were somebody that didn't want this Formica, which I don't, then you will need to, figure out something for the countertops, which can be done. And I'll show you real quick. The Formica is sort of like a cover, and it's kind of peeling in places here. You can kind of see the cracks and stuff in the Formica here. So sink's still in good shape, so that's a good thing. Now, when it comes to these appliances, they're about as old as the house. So you do get the gas range, which is awesome. Gas oven, and then the built-in microwave, and then of course the refrigerator, freezer. These all come with the home, as well as the dishwasher, which is newer, but they are old. So we're talking 23 years old, probably need to be replaced at some point. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and walk into the laundry room area. And so you will have a nice big laundry room. There is a sink in here that you can use. And one of the best parts about this is that you do have a gas hookup. So you can have your regular electric dryer in here, but also if you wanted to have a gas dryer, you can do that as well. So kind of a nice little bonus there. It's kind of strange how they have it set up right here on this wall, especially with the counter that goes all the way over, because your washer and dryer are going to come out to about here or so. But that's really the best space for it. Maybe do a stacker or something right in that space. And then right behind me, I would kind of consider this a pantry. Obviously storage for laundry and other items as well. But you could do food items in here, considering the kitchen's right in this area. And then if you wanted to have extra linens and stuff, there's plenty of room for that. So it's a large closet inside the laundry room that I would use as a pantry as well as a linen closet. But there are linen closets in other places of the house. Okay, now we're out here in the garage. Obviously, 2-car garage. Plenty of space. You got some built-in shelves here, so lots of storage on this one. It would be tight to have 2 cars in here, but at the same time, you could definitely do it if you had 2 smaller cars. But if you're just a single person, 1 car would be perfectly fine. So, and you could store the garage cans outside if you wanted as well. So, a couple of neat features here too. You got Newark furnace and on-demand hot water. So, on demand, if you're familiar with it, they turn it on. It takes a moment to heat up, but once it's hot and going, you will have unlimited water. So, really nice tankless water heater setup. Having both of those done already makes this a pretty big bonus. Less worries as a new buyer comes in. And I'll also show you there is a man door out to the side yard here. And I'm going to take you in the backyard from the other way, but I figured I'd show you this. So if you want to lead out to the deck area, you have the man door that way. Again, not the greatest upkeep on the yard, but it really doesn't seem like that much work to me. I could probably make this look beautiful in about a day. So, but it needs a little love. There's no question about that. One of the cool features here too is they have drip system for the front yard and the backyard for all the living plants, and it's automatic timer system. So as we head back into the laundry room and then ultimately into the kitchen, I want to show you a couple of little dings here, and I'll show them to you as well as we walk through the rest of the house. But this house did have a person in it that was in a wheelchair, and some of the doors are a little bit wider and they're better, and you'll see some of the ADA compliance kind of additions to the house. But I'll kind of zoom in here. Rubbing that wheelchair across the doorways and across the walls has caused some damage there, and it's worse in other areas. Like I said, I'll show you that a little bit further, but there's going to need to be some love put into those walls. Again, price is definitely being part of the reflection here, because somebody's going to need to kind of resurface some of the areas of the walls, texture and paint to get them back looking good. Excuse me. All right, now we get to head out into the patio. Now, this is a really cool feature that I love about this house. I've seen several of these in this community, and this one has the patio, which most do, which is covered. So you want to come out on your patio and get some fresh air. You are in the shade, but this one actually wraps around a little bit further too. So look at that. So you have a lot of space. You could have a little bistro set up over there, maybe some lounge chairs here on the patio. And again, all of this privacy with these vines. I know this makes more upkeep, but at the same time, it's really kind of nice to have all this green instead of just a wall. Now, the part that I'm happiest about is this deck. And so if you want to, be in the shade here in the patio, that's wonderful. But if you want to go out and get some sun on the deck, that is a nice little bonus as well. This is Trex deck, so pretty much going to have a full life, last just about forever with this kind of deck material. So it's all composite. So nice little feature. And then this is the side yard on the other side. And I just showed you that man door, which is right over there coming out of the garage. So really cool little simple backyard. but some nice space to enjoy it too. I think I would probably spend a lot of time out here in the backyard. So. All right, now we're heading back into the living room kitchen from the backyard area there. And I'm going to take you in to the front foyer hallway area first, and then head into the primary master, okay, or the primary bedroom. But again, I want to start showing you again, there's all this damage to the corners of the walls. It's sad because she had to be in a wheelchair, but it really did cause some damage as you look at the corners and everything around here. Just about everywhere except for maybe that last bedroom, you're going to see some of this weird discoloration and the corners and stuff being knocked into. So have to get a guy in here to add a little love, and probably eventually have to paint all these walls to make it match perfectly. So here we go into the primary bedroom. But before we do that, we're just going to show you, this is a coat closet. So right behind me is the front door. And before we actually walk into the primary, that's the coat closet there. So initially I showed you this closet. This is more of a linen closet, where this would be perfect for your coats right as you walk in. And then on to the primary. So this is a nice room. Again, all the hardwood floors, nice light coming in. And this is a good space. You could easily have a California king in this space here. Not huge by any means, but definitely big enough to have a comfortable bedroom. Cool. And then you, of course, have your primary bathroom. Now this has been converted to be wheelchair accessible. So we talk about ADA, the American Disabilities Act. This part of the house is definitely set up perfectly now. One of the things I hadn't mentioned before, but the house is all one level. So you know, you're getting around the house won't be a problem, but getting in and out of the toilet and the shower, that can be a problem. So cabinets below here have been removed so a wheelchair can get right up to the sink. And then of course there's bars here at the toilet area, and these can be adjusted so make it easy access to be able to get in and out of the bathroom. And then this roll-in shower is a huge bonus. So obviously it has a little nook there to make sure that no water gets out, but you could just roll right in, get yourself right onto this little seat here. There's an extra wand for the shower, and then also the regular spigot up top. So really cool setup for anybody that has any disabilities here. Of course, lots of bars, making it really easy to get in and out of. This is a huge bonus for anybody who's aging and needs a little bit of extra help. Of course, this is the closet, nothing special here, just a regular, a regular clothes closet. So you can kind of see inside there. Cool, and then as we leave the primary, we're gonna kind of head down the hallway, but I will show you more storage. There's actually another linen closet set up here. So lots of storage in this house, as you know. In the laundry room, in this entry area, of course, the coat closet, plenty of room here. All right, and now I'm going into the first guest bedroom. Now these bedrooms are pretty small. I don't know how many guest bedrooms you need when you're in retirement age. I would think at least one, maybe another one for like a fun room, right? You could have your little hobby room or an office, that kind of thing. But so lots of light. These windows are huge, which is really nice. But regular size bedroom, regular size closet, definitely a good setup in here. And then heading back down the hall here, I'm going to show you the guest bathroom. Now this isn't set up for wheelchair access. The doorway is not wide enough probably, but they do have bars installed in this as well. Help you get off of the toilet, and then of course help you get on. But then you do have your bathtub in this room. So nothing's been remodeled in here. It was just very well taken care of for over 20 years old. Obviously these are the original countertops, the original light fixtures, and just linoleum here on the floors. So somebody who wants to do upgrades, it's not going to take a ton, but it could use it and will need it eventually. And then this is the final bedroom here. So this one is almost identical in size to the previous one I showed you. I'll kind of turn you around here. And this might be the best hobby room. It's right out here by the road. Now in this community, and I'll kind of show you here, you're not going to have a ton of traffic by any means, but if you were a light sleeper or something, this bedroom might not be the best one to have a bed in. But also a closet there, and there you have it. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my tour. I hope you really enjoyed this house. This is what you can get in Carson City for about $429,000, but unique price for a house this nice. If you were in a regular residential neighborhood, I would imagine they would go for quite a bit more. But because you're in this community, this 55 plus community, and really don't have much of a yard, it's like 1/10 of an acre. So I think 0.09 acres. You don't pay as much for the houses. Of course, there is some homeowners association fees, but it's not bad. It's $370 a quarter. So I think that works out to about $125 a month, something like that. But then, of course, you get all the amenities and the front yard maintenance, snow removal, things like that. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tour. Again, I'm Joshua Preu. My partner is Lisa Williams, and we are the A-Team Nevada. And hopefully I'll be able to take you on a few more tours coming soon.